6:33 p.m. Today is February 22, 2022. Here's your host, Marvin Rey XT. Naday may klase guys sa online class sa mga subject na GE6 Contemporary World, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. for tonight, February 22, 2022. Na-late lang inoon ko 33 minutes. Nagdabay pa og basura, and then nagpalit pa ko og kupik ko. Pagawas na kong balay guys, nagdabay og basura, tsaka palang ko nagkauna-huna nga naaday may klase karon. So kining kupik ko, palit na ko dito sa may walang padulong sa mga eskwelahan sa Quezon Elementary School or kining isa pod na Santa Ana National High School. Bad trip, na late kog 33 minutes. Uy, grabe. Space is running out. Ambot lang. Try na to ni kuan. Ay, salamat.
Okay? So for each topic that I post a link into the LMS, right below it, questions. Okay? So you can ask questions there. And I've been telling you, why don't you open the questions of your classmates, particularly some of the ones that I put answers to. And maybe you can maybe it can satisfy some of your questions also. Okay? And maybe you can put follow-up questions under those. As I keep telling you, it's better that way. Because right now I'm talking to 60 of you. 60 of you. But all of you cannot talk at the same time and hear me and hear the words that I'm saying at the same time. So I'm sure practically all of you want to ask clarification questions. And I've been telling you through the group chat that the venue, okay, that I will entertain questions is the forum. If some of you don't know the forum, ask your classmates who have participated in it. Okay? You get me? Ask your questions who have participated in it. And some of them have said that, yeah, I have satisfied their questions. I have answered. Okay? But some have follow-up questions. So that's what I like. Conversation. Question, answer, another question, follow-up answer, etc. Okay? That's fine with me. What is important to me is that I am able, even for 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 of you, I have been able to somehow communicate in a way that maybe you have learned a little something from me regarding globalization, or in this case, the term or our subject is contemporary world. Okay, because right now I can see in my screen there are 60 of you, and yet I don't know if all of you understand what I'm saying. That's why I hope you take the opportunity of the forum to put your questions there. If you can see the forum, you can see some of your classmates have questions there. You open their questions. Okay? Maybe you would have a follow-up question. You add a reply at the bottom. Make a reply. That's how it becomes a conversation between 2 people or 3 or 4. It depends on you whether you like the conversation. Makigstorya. Okay? Why? Because, as I said, I keep saying there's 60 of you. Okay? And I cannot talk individually to each of you. And that's the only way I found may allow us to have meaningful or educational discussion. Okay? Now take note, this subject is GE6. This is not tourism management. Okay? So let us not discuss TM or THC 3 items here. Okay, let's be clear. There are BSBA students here, BSIT, and BTV-TED students. So they will not appreciate and understand if we talk about another subject. Okay, that's all I will say about that. So it's Tuesday. On Friday, it's a scheduled midterm exam. Topic will be the the article I posted. As I said, the article on the global financial system. If there are things you do not understand there, then you post questions. Okay? I started already answering questions earlier this morning, but I had to do something, so I had to log off the the LMS. And now, of course, it's class time. Okay. Uh, Even if we read the whole article aloud, it's still there's little chance that all of us will understand many things about it because some of you are in your homes, okay? Maybe in conversation with other members of your family, okay? And I can hear a voice or two of kids, no? So anyway, that's why I would that's why I posted article for you to read so that on your time, on your leisure, on your relaxed time, you can read and probably understand better compared to us talking right, you listening to me. Now, okay, you would have a, I'm quite sure you would understand better. Okay, now, unless there are questions, okay, I feel it's you might specific questions as to the topic. Okay, anybody has a question? Okay, there was a term earlier used, the economic crisis, in one of the posts in the forum, but I could not understand because it was not a full question. It just used the term economic crisis. Okay, so economic crisis, for example, in the year 2007, in the year 2007, uh, some one very rich guy in I think Thailand tried to manipulate the stock exchange in order for him to gain more money. But the stocks that he supported were fake, did not produce anything. So the value of the stocks grew, and many people bought into it. Okay, then he left. He sold all his stocks. Then the people who were left holding the stocks found out it had no value. Now, an example of that is about 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know if you remember the one term is the Ponzi scheme and the pyramid scheme. Any of you heard that? Kappa.
Sir.
Have you heard
Yes, sir.
Kappa?
Kappa. Yes, sir.
Kappa. Okay. Do you
Kappa.
understand what happened? Does anybody understand what happened?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so who mentioned, was it Mr. Renes? Can you tell us how it happened?
Kaan lang sir, kailang, wait lang sir. Ano, ang kwarta na sir is recycle lang siya sir kay kuntay ako si client A manghiram sila sa kuha og 10,000 tapos mukuhan sila sa kuha na pagka pila ka weeks is ang 10,000 ako is mahimog 15 tapos maadto na po sila sa client B manguan na po sila dito na ang kwarta nila is madagdagan na po siya in a week tapos kung daghan ang client na musulod sa ilang organization, ang kwarta na pinakadako is mabahin-bahin dito sa ilang giutang na mga gagmay. So, ang kato na pong mga gagmay na client, moingon na po sila sa laing tao na ay kani kay murag tinuod ni siya na organization kay ang kwarta kaning balik naman sad. So, daghan na po ang client natong organization. Tapos, ang katong mga utang na gagmay is ang utang na dagko is bahinan ibalin to sa gagmay kay para hantod sa mga bankrupt to sir dili na sila kabayad magsirado na sila.
Okay, I will try to, thank you, Mr. Renes. You try to explain.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Kapa, sir, isa bilong siya sa religious scam, sir, no?
Correct.
Di ba kay ang kapa is 1-3 naman na itong isang tao mag-recruit og tatlo tapos katong tatlo na po ka tao mag-recruit og may tatlo. So di ba mag-ada naman na, sir?
Yeah, so that's what...
Naka-pyramid lang man sila, sir.
Okay. I will, okay, thank you for that input. So to maintain the focus on the more important aspects of that transaction. So they were asking, the term is investment. Okay? So example, if I will operate a banana queue stall, okay? I will buy bananas, cook it, and sell it. I buy bananas, let's say, worth 1,000 pesos. Okay? Then when I cook it, 1,000 pesos is, let's say, 500 bananas. I will cook it and sell it at 5 pesos each, the banana. Okay? How many bananas were those? 500 bananas times 5 is 25,000. 2,500. So the investment was 1,000. The total earnings is 2,500. So how much was the net income? So your 1,000 became 2,500. So you earn 1,500. That's your net profit. So that's what? 150% income rate, no? Rate of return. Let's be clear. Okay? So that's how we earn or we gain profit, correct? Okay. Now Kappa did not do any business. Okay? They did not buy anything and sell anything to make money.
They called donation, sir.
Yes, but it's not, they did not make a product to sell.
Yes. Tama.
Correct? Let's be clear, no? They did not make a product or even a service to sell. Service, example of a service. If I will give you a massage, you will pay me, let's say, 200 pesos. Okay? So zero investment, 200 peso income. That's 200% income growth, right? Okay? Because of the service.
Board man hinahon ko
But
kang
Kappa,
guys.
no product,
Kami kayo mag-kids paint,
no
no?
service.
Pwede ta mag-kids
So how
paint
can
sa
it make
Samsung.
money? So what
Pero
it
pwede ko
did,
maka-kids paint sa time sa
investment,
mo.
like Mr.
kinaabos
Oriane
na-
said, investment 1
ano
gave
lang, wala
10,000
kids paint
pesos.
Samsung.
Give investor A.
kids paint
From
ng-
investor B, he got another 10,000
O,
pesos.
another
So
design.
from that
Design ko siya nga
10 plus 10
hindi
is
siya part
20.
sa tuwang
So we went back to
Later on na lang
investor A. He
siguro.
said, "Oh, investor A, now there's
Basta
you're
naisip
from
na nato
10,000,
siya.
it's now 15."
Walay gana mag
Okay? So
uminaw.
investor
Na-bored
A
ko.
thought he earned income. Okay? But investor B, what was left for him was 5,000. So what they did, they see investor A made from 10,000, his money became 15,000. So you invest in us another 10,000 or another 15 or 20, and so on and so forth. Okay?
Rolling na sir.
Rolling, or asking for additional investors. They call it investors, they call it investors. But really, there was no product, no
It's a
product,
kids paint
no
guys for a
products.
moment.
no service. So how can there be an earning? Okay? Asking for money from another person or investor is not earning in the legal sense. That's why when it all came down, so let's wrap it. So are we clear on the concept of income, profit, diba? And investment? Okay? We're clear, right? Na so Kappa did not produce any product or service on which they earn income, on which to pay back to their investors. Okay? So, can you imagine if the investor of Kappa will be in millions of pesos? Okay? So, if it's in millions and hundreds of millions of pesos, and the money will all be gone, that's what happens when there's an economic crisis. Because where are all the money? So that's the crisis that happened in 2007. Writing or a Ponzi scheme. They asked people to give money, and yet there was no net profit to cover the expected. Okay? So I'm telling you now, okay, because I heard 2 months ago or 3 months ago that there's another group who is making an effort to scam similar to Kappa.
Regret ata to.
So I hope, and I'm warning you right now, when somebody tells you
Sa maning mga
50%,
lupad na ang
40%,
migas.
30% net income, don't believe. Ayaw pagtuo. Okay? Because that's impossible. San
Tingog ang
Miguel
ano ba?
Corporation, the largest conglomerate, local Philippine
Tingog
conglomerate,
ang
will not
something na
will not
kalupad na
offer you
migas.
even 10% net income. Why? Because they are not sure. They buy and sell beer, they buy and sell hot dogs, they buy and they produce hot dogs, they sell it, they produce beer, they sell it, and so many other San Miguel products. But they will never claim to
Ambot mo lang.
earn more than 10% income because that's they are a legitimate business. They have so many they have so many people and products to pay for. Okay, and government access. Okay, so it's what they're saying. It's impossible to earn money with at even 10% net income.
Even mga bangko gani sir, wala sila investment nga motongtong og 50%.
Yes.
Naman ang bangko sir if
Sorry, what was that? Sorry.
wala may bangko sir nga maghatag og 50% nga additional gani sir nga modoble imong money kay malugi.
Yes. You mean the trust company? Yes. Those who deal in stocks. Yes, that's correct. No? So
Ang mga expert food sir nga amot wala ko bulon say tawag ana niya sir.
brokers, the real estate, the stockbrokers. Yes, I'm a bit familiar with that. So because this discussion came about because there was a question on an economic crisis. How does an economic crisis happen when a large volume of money is gone in a way that it was gone illegally? Okay. So in this case, in 2007, it happened. There was a big businessman who played around Gilaro. Okay. Uh, if you're more curious about it, you look it up
Google.
in Wikipedia. Okay. 2007, 2008 financial crisis that really happened. So, any other questions?
Wala.
Any questions regarding our topic, the financial system, global financial system? Remember, exam on Friday. Okay? You already did one half of your exam last weekend regarding economic globalization. So now the other half of your midterms is coming. It will be regarding the global financial system. Easy, right? Open books, open notes, open everything. So I hope nobody will complain that I give a difficult exam. But I hope also because you are forced to read, okay, you are forced to understand the mix I make with the English words. You are forced to read. Then I hope some of the lessons will stick because you are forced. I forced you to read so much. Okay. I think that's a better way to make you learn than lecturing you, reading from a book, and you don't like to listen because it's boring. Okay, so it's 5 minutes before 7 o'clock. You just sit still. I will print screen 3 times for attendance. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I did a print screen and uh, I can see your name, so that will be the basis of your attendance. But I'm telling you, when I compute your grade, it's the basis is on your exam submission. So even if you're late, just submit. It's better than zero score. Okay. I keep reminding everybody, better delayed than zero score. I hope that nobody will object to that. Okay? Last 4 minutes. Anybody? Any other questions? Okay. I will count down. 10 from 10, 9.
Sir, kung wala ba yung globalization, sir, matawag ba ang isa ka country o pobre?
Not really. Okay. Number one, if there's no if globalization did not happen, some people might have been happier. Okay. If you don't, if there is no money to go around the community, then nobody will want to steal money. Does that make sense? Diba? If nobody is thinking of earning dollars, then nobody will be interested in stealing dollars. Because what? Then your happiness will be measured by the food that you eat, okay? The drinks that you have, the company, okay, your family, your clan, whatever, your community. Okay? So there's less pressure for you to acquire. Okay? If there's no money, then who cares about buying things? Who cares about going to the mall? Have I answered your question?
Yes, sir.
I mean, please, if you would need something to be clarified, you have to ask. That's okay with me. Okay? I'm here to try to simplify some of the things that you read and the impressions that you get. Okay? So, thank you for asking that question, no? If globalization, there was a question before, what if globalization did not happen? Then my answer was, okay, good. Then we will be like the IPs or the natives of the mountains. Okay? We don't bother with daily schedule. There's no Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Okay? Our food, we just pick banana from a tree or let it fall. Okay? No rice to plant. Rice, it will just grow because there's no mathematics also. Okay? So that's what I mean, sorry, that was the question before in math. Okay? What if there's no math? You don't need anything. You just live. You just catch a chicken, throw the chicken into the fire, and eat eat the chicken however it comes out. Why? Because there's no math that tells us that it needs salt, it needs spices. Okay, there's no math that tells us how old the chicken is, how many legs it has. Okay, that do we need to take off its feathers? No math. Okay, so in the same
Okay.
manner, in if there's no globalization, then we will, we will be like the natives. We will be before Magellan discovered the Philippines. Does that I mean make sense? Okay,
Opo,
I
opo, opo.
I'm trying to answer it in a way that really you will understand. Because sometimes medyo, if it's not explained well, then uh, bitin, you know? It's like there's something wrong with the answer. So I'm trying to give you an answer wherein really this is what will happen if it did not happen. Okay? So there was a question also this morning. I answered it. Uh, when did globalization start probably for the question was for the Philippines, for us. Okay? It started when Magellan discovered the Philippines. Okay? Then, when he discovered the Philippines, he brought in Catholicism, the Spanish language, the food that they ate. Okay? Then when they left, they stole away whatever gold the Philippines had. They were here to look for gold and spices, the Spaniards. Okay? So, if they did not come here, then would we be peaceful natives like the natives in the island of Borneo in Indonesia? Okay, if they did not discover us, then we will be part of Indonesia. Actually, no English from the Americans, no Spanish from the Spaniards. Hello, it's already past 7 o'clock. I have to end. I have another class. Okay? So if you have any other questions, just post it in the forum. So I have to say good night now. I have to open another class. Okay? So good
Yes,
night,
sir.
everybody.
Bye, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Good evening. Bye.
Oh, I just wanna say this to you mga kapinsan na I'm feeling empty aning klase. Not just kining eskwela. Sa tanang pagkataon, I'm feeling empty. I just wanna, this is my passion, my goal. Mas okay pa ko sa kids paint kasi aning eskwela. Pero na only mo makapinsan board kaayo ko diri. Pero kana laging nag-announce on Davao City government na pwede na daw mag face to face ining mga eskwelahan sa Davao City. For me personally dili ko ready aning face to face kay because of tendency of having the antisocial behavior. It's gonna be very nervous sa kuha. kung makita ta, mag-communicate ba ko sa inyo, ha, ani? Seems like it's very impossible to make it happen. Pero wala pa naman kuan. Wala pa i-announce ano yung sa Samson na eskwelahan. Pero, unpredictable ang oras. It seems like, basig biglaan, ma-announce karong March. Uy, dili ko ready ani. Dili ko ready aning face to face. Okay raman ko magkulong sa balay na lang. Online class, okay na. Saon man ni. Mandatory man ni, di ba? Dili man sa pilitan, pero pwede ta ako mag-suggest kung gusto mo. Sulod. Pag eskwelahan, I don't know. Wala man sa kuan decision, wala po sa decision sa teacher. Wala po sa decision sa eskwelahan jud na siya most likely. And also decision po sa city government. Iba sig pwede pa ta mag-online class. So, ako unta mag-online class na lang siguro ko kung sakaling na face to face kay ako wala gud na ulian ako pagka anti-social. Mag-isa gud kay ko aning panahon sa COVID. Very, very hard for me. That's why I'm doing my best to cure this, to cure this kind of having antisocial behavior. Ako siyang epekto sa kuha. Ma-awkward ko ba kung kini ganing classmate ako sa Joseph? Kasi makaingon ko nga best friend ba rin ako na siya. And I already knew si Joseph sa baan. Pero ako opposite siya ha. Di po ko makaingon nga siya gud akong officially best friend. Best friend nan. Best friend na sa Facebook. O sa personal, dili ingato. Mas maayo sa personal. And not a social interaction. But this, it's really hard for me to adapt in a social situation. Nung nag-create ako ng kids paint karon during sa klase ni sir, kay bored kaayo ko, I'm feeling empty. And kagabi recently nisulod ita sa transit Jupiter conjunct Neptune. So atong i-figure that out for tonight, February 22, 2022. Dara. That was 14 hours, 45 minutes, and 15 seconds ago. Actually, kaganihan dito nag-start. Dili kagabi. Kaganihan ang pinaka-official start, February 22, 2022 at 4:21 a.m. Right now, it's 7:06 p.m. na. So, Jupiter conjunct Neptune is it's a massive transit sa mga musicians, artists. So, as you can see, sa ako ang screen recording for tonight. Naka-create ako ng many artworks. Kaya na-board pa inood ko. Seems like ang pakiramdam karon makapinsan is dili kapoy determinado kay ko nga mag-create ng arts. Diba? Nga to kapaspas in just a few minutes. Okay. So, oras ato karon is 7:07 p.m. So guys, dili na takutog. Napakoy himuon. And ako ning i-limit ang size aning screen recording. Kailangan ko mag-limit. Bye-bye na ta guys ha. I love you all. See you next time.